Hey, accelerators, how are you? Jeff Bruno here, mentor, longtime mentor now, thanks to Sean. Sean, good to see you guys. Hope everybody's well on this Friday afternoon for us East Coast people and almost Friday afternoon for your West Coast people. And I'd love to, I hope everybody is doing well in these interesting, I'll say, times, and that you are staying focused on your business. Do not worry about the macro environment. Your business is under sub 1 million. Most likely, someone said this to me the other day, most likely the macro environment is not affecting what you're doing, who you're selling to, most likely, like the market you're in, probably not affecting it. At least at this point, there's not a major disruption. So it's all about how you focus your time and your efforts in building that business. So, and you got to meet good people, network. I recently met with Dan Abate, who's also a member here, or a mentor here, excuse me. And Dan and I had a great conversation in New York. Awesome guy. And so stay in touch, meet people. People look to help other people. And hopefully that's what I'm doing for the members here. So please, I emphasize this every time, but I'll say it again. If you catch this live, if you're looking for financial strategy, operational thoughts, how it all integrates and ties together, throw me questions around that. My company is B Modeler, Business Modeler. We look at your business model. We tell you, we help you figure out where to focus, what's the most valuable pieces of your model and what your customers are looking for, and then how to translate that into its financial equivalent. So if you're wondering how to approach a market, let me know. Give me some thoughts. I'll talk it through. So now on to the questions. First question here is from Bobby Perez. Bobby says, how do I get more focused on fewer things that will actually get me better results? I'm a general contractor and I also do some property rentals as an investor. And I am also looking to bring a new mezcal brand to the US. I have a lot going on, but my day-to-day money is my GC business. I'm not super organized and not great with computers. I'm very hands-on and use paper files. I know there are better ways to do this, but I don't know where to start. I have Sean as a business coach now helping. I want to get your thoughts on how to get more focused in your life and business, and maybe that can help me. So Bobby Perez, great question. Always a typical-ish problem with entrepreneurs is we can't focus on one thing, and I'll give you I love how relevant this question is right now. So I will give you two quick things that are relevant in my past. So at one point, I was basically running 3 businesses. I was running a gym business, so a fitness center business. I was running a fractional CFO business, and I was running B Modeler, which is a business modeling and what I just mentioned earlier in our pod and in this live. But I was essentially running 3 businesses, and my time was being very split. And what this caused me to do is it caused me to not be able to lead effectively, majorly, because my time was always split in different areas, and my attention. If you do that, not too much unlike like looking at your phone or your kids, how they look at their phone and their attention, they're distracted. It's almost similar with businesses when you're an entrepreneur. You're distracted and you can't laser focus enough on the one thing. Now, if you need cash temporarily, sure, I get it. Or you're trying to do it, parlay one business into another slowly. Okay, that's a decision that you have to make. But I would say once you're ready to go all in that business, do it. For example, I sold the gym I owned. Just sold it last month. I also am no longer doing fractional CFO. Got rid of that. And our sole focus is B Modeler, and we are seeing massive traction in that. So I highly recommend you do that. And eventually, don't worry about software or those small things. When you get bigger, you can use paper or whatever you're trying to do right now, in my opinion. But I would say you could do that until you get to the next stage on your business. All right, next question is from Carl Clark. Carl says, how often should I be meeting with my team to keep a great company culture and prevent any team conflicts? I have a residential and commercial cleaning company in New Jersey and a team of 8 people. 4 are W-2, with 1 being someone I'm trying to turn into team manager. We do not have an office, so we don't do full team meetings. We use texting for communication, and I speak with our team daily as I get out there and work with them side by side still. We do well, but I wanted to level up and grow this company. What can you suggest as how I can better my culture, increase team loyalty, and grow the company? Thanks. Carl, congrats on your success, man. You have 4 W-2 and team of 8 people as well. That's great. You're growing. You're doing well so far, even if you have that start. So, I've struggled with this because, again, as an entrepreneur, I was too focused in the business and not on it. Typical saying people always say. And I was not paying attention to culture and not paying attention to my people enough. At one point, I had 8 people as well, like you. Now I'm down to 4 because we pivoted as well. But my recommendation there is to figure out what your role is. So if you're the leader, you're the CEO, then your role would be to stand up the culture. Then do it. Do it consistently. Don't worry about the activities of the business itself. I mean, sure, structure some measures, structure some process around those activities. Look at the metrics, look at the dashboard, make sure things are going correctly, but don't focus on that per se around the culture. You lead the culture. You get everybody excited about what you're trying to do, what you're trying to build. And if you do that, you'll easily get more people and you'll have longer term employees. Next question is Madeline Ugbagbo. She says, how do I start figuring out what would be my best first company? I know this is a tough question to answer, so maybe you could help me by explaining how you found your calling and built your company. How did you know it was the company you should start? I come from very low income background. I've been in and out of 2 very abusive relationships, and I'm now getting confidence in building my next chapter of my life. I'm a good speaker and a trainer for medical assistants, and I'm a hard worker. How do I take my training experience and good communication skills and find out what business would be good for me to start? Wow, Madeline, that's certainly a loaded question. Sorry about your relationships in the past, but glad you picked the pieces up here and you're moving forward. That is awesome. And then you're part of Sean's group is a testament to that. So that's a great first step. It sounds like you're a good trainer. And you said you're a good speaker. So I guess I would start to ask some of the people you're training what it is they see in you that benefits them. Maybe ask them what you're doing that helps them. Maybe then you can find a niche in how you do the training or something of that nature. I'm just not sure what it is exactly you do or where you can excel. But for example, for me, I was a CFO of a mid-sized company, and I saw the lack of I'll call it the dearth of strategic prowess that business owners had access to from either outside resources like Sean, which I'm glad Sean's doing this, or even internal people. They didn't have enough on their team, especially from the financial end, to facilitate the right discussions or the right answers around growth. So I left with the idea that I believed I did that very well and I could help small to medium-sized companies do that. Better strategize by using financials as the backbone to make more informed decisions. So that's the route I went. For you, I would say, what is it around training that entices you? So next question is from Alex Wilkins. Alex says, how do I become a better leader in my service-based business? I have a design landscape business where we do custom curbing, trim, retaining walls, not mowing. It requires more skill than normal landscape work, and I have the toughest time training people and leveling them up enough to trust them, where I can build several teams and know work is getting done sufficiently for customers, and we take care of our equipment. I have very high standards both in skill and effort, and I fear my team doesn't care like I do and doesn't work as hard as I do. How can I get them to level up and do better? And how do I find the 1 to 2 people who can make team leaders and grow the business? It's very mentally tough for me. Sometimes I think I should just do it on my own and not grow. Alex, absolutely. I don't know how many times I've gone through that. Now, I'm not a big business yet, but we are starting to scale up here. But I had trouble with employees for many years because I couldn't translate my intuition into what they would do. So what I'm very good at, like you said, doing it on your own, I was never able to translate that to my employees. It was my fault because I didn't find that one employee who was able to do that and process it out. So until recently. And now I'm starting to scale. I'm starting to focus on culture. I'm starting to be able to figure out how to do what I should do as CEO. So that's what you need to do, Alex. You need to find that one person. Forget about team leads. Find that one person that can process out your intuition or process out your business model where it's most effective for customers. Like you said, it's a more technical product. So have a really strong process that they set up. And in doing that process, have metrics, have financial goals you want to hit, tie it all together, but have that person drive that process. And if they do, your people will line up and fall into that process. Process first, then work on the participants within the process. Never go participant first, especially when it's a very technical thing. So you got to get that one key person who can do that. So that would be my advice. Otherwise, you will struggle to keep people, to train them, because you can only do so much. And it's tough for you because I'm sure you get irritated when they don't understand it or things like that. But if you have a process, it's much easier for the team to follow. So that would be my advice. I think it's the way to go. It's working for me in our new iteration of our business model. We have a strict process now, and it is phenomenal, the difference. And I owe it to one guy, my partner, who was able to do that. So you need to find that person, and then you can really start scaling up. So this has been great, guys. Again, send me questions. I want to help. I hope, if anybody sees this and can think of anything, or you have any follow-up for me, I'm happy to respond. Well, it's almost Thanksgiving, guys, so if I don't talk to you until after then, enjoy your holiday, and good to see everyone. Ciao. Have a good day.